I think we're live. Good morning, Facebook. This is Joy Heiler coming to you from my kitchen. This is what I officially call my office. I think this is the best internet spot in our house, and it's good lighting, and I have my little studio all set up in here, and I act like I'm a professional, and I'm not. So I am going to talk to you this morning about sunscreen, everything you ever wanted to know about sunscreen. So the most important thing that I want you to know about sunscreen is that it is a necessary part of our day, every day. The hat that I have on today might look like I'm hiding underneath it from you. And the reason why I'm wearing the hat today is because this is our first line of defense against the sun. The sun has the UVA and the UVB rays from it. One of them causes damage to our skin, like aging, and the other one causes skin cancers and stuff. So it's important for us to have a sunscreen that is called broad spectrum. So broad spectrum means that it protects you from both those things. Okay, so UVA, UVB rays need to be screened from your skin in order to protect you from all those things. So that's pretty cool. Thank you, darling. Yes, my summer hat, ready for the summer. So let me go over a couple of things with you. I've made some empirical notes so that I didn't forget anything for you. Let me see. So sun protection factor. Let's talk about sun protection factor. That's SPF. So Arbonne has products that range from the 15 to the 20 all the way to the 30. And some people, they think that if they put on a 15 and then they add a 30, they have a 45. The numbers don't add up. You want to start with as high of a product as you can get, depending on the amount of sun protection you need. So the sun protection factor, how you figure out what you need, I recommend you just go for the biggest one. But the way that you figure out what you need is how long does it take you to get red in the sun? So for me, it's just a matter of seconds and I'm red. And sometimes I tan, but most of the time I'm just red. So if it takes you, so say it's 10 minutes in the sun before you're red, then you put on a 30, an SPF 30. That's going to protect you for 300 minutes in the sun. Okay. Now there's a whole lot of variables that come along with sun protection. The one being that if you perspire or swim, you have to reapply. Okay. So if you get a waterproof one, they're pretty effective, waterproof ones. The problem with waterproof ones is that they have the chemicals in them to make them waterproof, and Arbonne does not suggest putting that on your skin. So remember that Arbonne is pure, safe, and beneficial, okay? So if it's not safe, Arbonne is not going to put it in their products, which is why Arbonne sunscreen is Reef friendly. We were talking about that yesterday with the baby sunscreen. So remember we were talking about the baby buggy burn, you put the sunscreen, swaddle them up, and they come out burnt. That's from the chemicals. So Arbonne doesn't recommend that we have those chemicals on our skin because they absorb into our body and then boom, you got to deal with that. So to protect ourselves, we start with the hat. Then we want to put on our sunscreen at least a half an hour before sun play. Okay. So a lot of folks, you'll see them at the pool and they'll be sitting there and they'll just be slobbering on the sunscreen. Well, it's ineffective. And I don't know why. I think it has to marry into your skin and get all absorbed in before it will supply you with the protection. So I'm not sure what the science is behind it all. All I know is that in order for you to be protected with your sunscreen, you need to apply it prior to going out into the sun. Same with your children. Slobber it on. Okay. Let me look at my little list. I covered that Arbonne is reef friendly. The reason why we are is because, like I said, we don't put those chemicals in it that other companies do. There's several of them that are killing the reef. And we don't want to do that. We don't want to kill reef. We want to make everything better, right? So we don't put those chemicals in there, reef friendly. Excuse me. So when all this is said and done, if you get to go to Hawaii or Australia or anything like that, you can take Arbonne with you because it's reef friendly. And the resorts are actually starting to put out with their resort packets, with your reservation, they're starting to put out the criteria that says that your sunscreen has to be reef friendly. And so imagine if it kills the reef, it's probably not going to be good for you either. So reef friendly sunscreen with Arbonne. Okay, let me check my little list here. So you guys know it doesn't add up. I already said that. Broad spectrum. Yeah. So if you have any questions about sunscreen, please don't hesitate to ask me. Remember to start with your hat. I can't say it enough. I've had these funny little things on my nose, and I actually use those. Arbonne has these little pads. I showed them to y'all the other day, and I actually scrubbed my nose until these little things on my nose went away. The reason why you wear a wide brim hat is because you want to protect the tops of your ears, and you also want to put sun protection on the tops of your ears. Your hair also receives sun damage. So that's another reason for the hat. And another reason, and you see that it kind of goes out here where I'm trying to protect my shoulders too. It's not going to work. I either have to have clothes on or sunscreen or something. Es muy importante. Now, here's another thing I want to share with you. Since Arbonne, we have this foundation. We have the mineral foundation. And I'm going to go into more of the minerals that Arbonne uses in their products tomorrow, because tomorrow it's blush, bronzer, and gloss. Woo, that's going to be a good one. So I'm going to actually put my blush and my bronzer on for you and talk about our lip gloss. So I'm also going to go more into the minerals that we have in our mineral foundation and our eyeshadows and stuff like that. We also have a CC cream that has sun protection. Our day creams have sun protection in them, as well as our liquid foundation. So we have quite a few of our products that have the sun protection. So if you have any questions at all about those, my website is joyheiler.arbonne.com. Otherwise, you know how to get a hold of me. And like I said, I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have. Now, as far as surviving the CV pandemic and us being locked in, I do have some suggestions for you. Yesterday, I gave you a whole list of things of how to fight the boredom. And today I wanted to explain to you a little bit about my routine and why I enjoy my day so much, is because when I get up in the morning, I do the things that I have to do. So before I ever get ready for my live presentation with y'all, I always do what I have to do. So I do my firewood and the trash and, feed the cat, feed the chickens, feed the peacock, feed the koi, make sure everybody is fed for my have-tos. And then once I do my presentation, I switch over to what I need to do. So what I need to do today is work on my fireplace. So I'm definitely going to be needing to get to the mortar and rock here real soon. And then I'm going to work through that as the day progresses. And if I run out of mortar, which I'm going to by about 3 or 4 o'clock, I'll switch over to firewood, cutting up my kindling or something, and do something that I need to do. And then at 5 o'clock, I'm going to do what I want to do. Okay. And what I love to do is get a beverage, a delicious beverage, and sit down and either scan pictures into my 5 terabyte hard drive, or I like to get the fires going for the evening, just kind of burn some white sage and settle down from the day. I just love that. I love that. And, some days I have to go into the greenhouses and water them in the evening. And there's just so much zen involved in doing what I want to do. And I've been talking to you the last couple of days about giving yourself rewards for a hard day's work. And part of those rewards for me are doing what I want to do. So if you want to salt and pepper those throughout the day, your haves, your needs, and your wants throughout the day in order to get you through, that's fine too. I just like to block them so that I force myself into the haves, and then I do the needs, and then I can't wait to do the wants. So I'm looking forward to happy hour for us today. That starts at 5. Sometimes it starts at 4:20. It just really depends on how the day is gone. So I hope to see you all then. Make it a great day. You know how to get a hold of me if you have any questions. Can't wait to see you tomorrow for that one. And I love you all. Bye-bye.